everyone, it's Linda Canasi with iCrafter, and this is an assembly video, so it shows a quick way of how this mailbox die designed by Lori Whitlock for iCrafters. It will show how to assemble it just real simply so that you have an idea on that. And this is it's more of a three-dimensional mailbox, and you can see all the pieces here. Plus it includes all these cute little pieces. There are 11 dies in this set, so let me show you real quickly what it looks like. And it is a cute little mailbox, and it opens up, and you can see inside there. And it's just adorable. Of course, it has those cute little birds by Lori Whitlock. And it has a flag with a brad that holds the flag up and down. So it's a cute idea for tiny little Valentine candy, or, you know, a year round as well. But it's just a cute little dimensional piece. So let me show you how to make this. You will need, of this largest size, you will need one of these to die cut one of these. And there's that piece. Of this shape, you need one of these shapes, and although it looks very similar, you need one of these, one of this tooth shape, looks like a zigzaggy tooth shape, and this piece is kind of an embellishment, but this is the flag piece. And then you need one of, it's a hinge kind of shape, so you need one of those, and I'll explain these pieces in a moment. So the first thing you want to do is fold all of the crease lines. And now the thing is, when you have like these little teeth, they have crease lines. So you want to start off by gently folding them down and just kind of work your way around on that. And then you have some of these that go across, and you want to fold those. And this is where the iPress burnisher comes in really handy, because it gives you a nice crisp crease line. It has a flathead burnisher, like a bone folder on one side, and then a ball burnisher on the other that comes with, and it comes with a foam pad, a dense foam pad, so you could add dimension to like flower dies on there. So I'm just going to keep working my way around. I'm going to go down this way. And you can see how handy this burnisher is. And I'm just going to fold these down along the way. They're kind of tricky in that respect, but you do need to fold them down. So there is the basis of our mailbox, actually. So you can see just by curving it around, you start making the mailbox. But before we do that, we're going to do the hinge part, which is this long piece, and we're just going to fold it in half. And you would want to do the crease line there, and we're going to attach it on the inside of the mailbox itself. So I'm going to do that. And again, this is where the iGrip die pick comes in, or iGrip tweezers come in really handy as an extra pair of fingers, I guess, to hold everything in place. And you want to put it right along this edge here, because it's going to come up and around, and you want it right there. So okay. And you have this piece that goes up, and you have this piece. So now what we can do is add if you were to embellish it, I would say this is a point where you would embellish it. If you're going to put little birds or anything on it, it's easier when it's flat, but we're not showing that here. We're just going to keep going with this. We're going to add, I guess we're going to work on this piece next. This is going to be the front flap. So it's this piece that lifts up and goes around. Okay. So we're going to start off by folding all of these creases, and there's a little horizontal crease there too. So again, we're going to use iPress burnisher, get that nice and crisp, okay? And then we're going to, let's do it this way. We're going to adhere this, and we want to come around, okay? So if you see on here how it's like glued down onto the inside of this piece and it attaches there. So it actually, you want to fold these down just like you did on the other teeth. I call them teeth because they create a nice curve and they give you a surface to glue down. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to come around, and it's basically, it's going to be come around like this. So I just wanted to do a test to show you how it's going to look. It's going to, first off, we're going to glue onto this tab, and we're going to do that there, okay? And then we want to add a little bit of adhesive to all of these little, I'm going to do it this way, to all of these little teeth, because they are actually going to be what holds this little lip onto the curve here. And you could just follow the curve around, and this takes a little bit of time to go slowly so that you have a nice curve created. And I put a little too much adhesive on there, but you just want to follow it around. And you kind of have to be really patient because it needs to set up just a touch to hold in place. Now you want to add just a touch more adhesive on this little tab that was right there. Okay, so now you're finishing it off. Now I accidentally pushed it a little bit, so we're just going to glue it there. And you kind of want to be careful too. You don't want to make it too tight because it may not close around that. So can you see how it's kind of working its way around there? And I'll show you on the inside how it looks. You can see all these little pieces and the reason why they are angled so they fit nice and smoothly in there. And you can see that edge looks, if you work it really slowly, you get a really nice edge there. Okay. So now, we could at this point too put the flag on. There's a hole already in there to put a brad, so I'm just showing that it can go there. Next we're going to, we can actually glue this part down to this flap. Okay, so you kind of want to do as many of the flat pieces first. Now the thing when you do assemble it together, you want to make sure it all closes nicely or fits together. So I'm just going to glue that, and you could do this of course in the same color as your mailbox, because I just did a different color so you can see that. So now I'm going to bring it around and put a little adhesive across here. I'm going to bring it around here. Now what you want to do before it all sets up, you want to make sure that this fits there. Okay, so, and we're just going to hold it together like that, and you could put the just testing to see if this works. No, it has to go on the outside. Oops, silly. So it just closes up like that. And you could make it a little tighter too if you wanted to, so that it stays closed. Okay, so now we have the back side, and we're going to do just kind of like what we did on the front or on this curve, but we're going to finish it off with this piece right there. So it is a matter of Just putting down some adhesive. And you want it, again, you want to do it on all these little pointed teeth there. We're going to adhere that down. And this is the part where you want to make sure it goes round, but you want to lay it down flat and shape it the way it, to make sure it fits all the way around here. And this is when, again, you take your iPress burnisher and you can push it down inside there, because you'd never get your finger down that deep into it. So you want to shape it, and you could do that because this is so long and it's nice and square and has that flat end to it. So you can shape things really nicely. This is one of the great things about this iPress burnisher, is just being able to reach down in there with a nice flat surface like that. So you can see how nicely that went together. And you, of course, want to make sure it dries nicer. So if you know, it's a little loose, so you can go in, again, it might be good to either put like a little bit of something lip on here so that it holds it closed. You can apply this part a little tighter if you want it to hold closer together. That will, the flag again goes over there. What I would suggest is doing maybe a little lip of cardboard even, and I'm just playing this by ear. I don't have a piece. Let me see what I could do here. Again, I would suggest doing this a little tighter, adding it in maybe later. Might be a good idea. It's kind of difficult to get this curve just right once it's dimensional, but if you want it to hold closed, you might add this in just a little bit later before the glue dries. And I think the glue has already dried in here, but you can do it. Let me see if I can get it here. Just, yeah, it's going to kind of ruin it, but you can make it a little bit tighter and glue it together a little tighter. So, and it has to be on the outside there. So, okay, so that is the main part of the mailbox. And again, make sure this is tighter to hold closed. Then there are things like an embellishment that says mail. There are two pieces to make this bird in two different colors. So it has open wings, so cute. There's a branch and some cute little leaves. So there are some adorable pieces to make this little bird. There's also a little heart there, so you can make these little hearts. And you can see this one holds close together. So it's like adding this last piece a little more snug. It's just one of those things where you kind of play with as you go. But this is the Mailbox die by Lori Whitlock for iCrafter.